What's happening, guys? This is Vibe.
Darth Flexx.
He's sitting in here for Juancho. So, Flex, we're gonna try and do this. This is gonna be a Juancho-less Keepin the Geek Bros episode 28. Stay tuned for the shenanigans.
Engage your defenses. Oh, that didn't come out right.
Yes, it did. It came out fine.
In a world where geeking out never looked so good, two incredibly sexy men will rise for your auditory pleasure. Here's your hosts, Juancho and Vibe. Keeping up with the Geek Bros.
It's a lovely Friday out there, and it's Vibe singing. What's going on, guys? What's going on? This is Vibe.
Darth Flexx.
And we are here for episode 28 of Keepin the Geek Bros. 28.
28.
28. I got it.
Ah,
I got it.
28.
So,
Italian.
28? 28?
Italian, bro.
It's, oh, 28. Oh.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Grande, large. It works. It works. You need to enunciate, okay?
Enunciate.
Yes, or pronunciate. Project Darth Flexx. You guys know I'm here with Darth Flexx. I call him Mr. Whisper because he has some great stuff to say, but it's always really, really low. So I need you to like yell.
Right, speaking to the
No, yeah, speaking to the mic, speaking into the golden shaft. Family podcast.
At least I don't have a strong accent.
That's true. That's true. You guys will be able to understand everything that Darth Flexx says because he is a man amongst men. Before we get to it, just for you guys to know that the reason why Juancho's not here with us today is that he has a family tragedy, and it's fairly serious. So we like to say that our thoughts and our prayers goes out to Juancho and his family and his fiancee Vanessa and her family for their terrible loss. We're gonna do a 5-second moment of silence. Just. All right. So Juancho, family of Vinay and people and stuff. Sorry for your loss, and I'm really ad-libbing this. I'm sorry, I'm butchering this right now.
Well, let's just say a quote that I'm pretty sure Juan will appreciate.
Yo quiero Taco Bell?
No.
Okay.
Luminous beings are we, not this flesh.
Aww.
Yeah.
Aww, that's so sweet of you. So, he will be back next week, and so bear with us as we try and lead this on our own because, you know, Juancho is the man, and we'll go from there. So, what's going on with Geek Bros and Geek Girls? Well, Geek Girls is dead, so that's the end of that. I'm going to ask, I know you did, I know you said it, I actually did offer the show to another girl, one of the winners, the first original winner of our contest. Her name's Camilla. She seemed interested. She's super pretty. And I said, get one of your friends. And if you'd like, you're welcome to take the franchise over. So, we'll see. But as of right now, Geek Girls is officially dead. So, you'll not be hearing any more Geek Girls news. Even though, I do have an idea for a series finale. It requires you. It requires me. And wigs. So we're gonna talk about it. If we can't get the show back on, we're gonna end it. We're gonna end it in style. We're gonna end it, you know,
like Chris Jenner's. Oh,
pretty much. So with Geek Bros, still editing the spoiler review of The Last Jedi with Juancho, Darth Flexx, and Garbanzo. That was a very long video, and I'm back and forth with what I'm gonna do still with the Smoothie Talk trifecta. 50 minutes of raw footage. 50 minutes of raw footage. I love to hear myself talk. That's pretty much what it was. I went in. So I'm still wondering whether I'm going to keep it as one long video or divide it in half. And I'm still working with that with the clips.
I would go the Peter Jackson route, how he did with Lord of the Rings, made like one book, The Hobbit, into 3 movies.
So make the trifecta into a trilogy.
Yeah,
parts 1, 2, and 3.
Somehow invent characters that don't exist.
I can.
Yeah,
I'll green screen some characters in there.
Do it.
I'll green screen the Luke that I want to see. So not my Luke. So look, but what did come out though this week was the Geek Bros review of the Han Solo long-awaited rumored mythical teaser trailer of Han Solo. So you can go check that out. And we also have the original reaction video that we did with Shut Up, I Love It. Not necessarily a Geek Bros thing, but still, you guys love it. Some people, but in and out. It was Juancho, Vinay, Theo Star, Joey Fire, and myself. So it was a good amount of us. It was a very silent reaction. We were kind of just sat there. I made as random. I tried to react to anything I could. You could tell I was reacting to everything. So
I only had one reaction. And I was seeing Donald Glover as Lando smiling. I'm like, oh, bro.
You liked it?
To me, he looks like a pimp, dude. It's
yeah,
awesome.
he did.
Especially
He did
that
look
fur
good.
coat and like the second cut of it.
A little chinchilla, yeah, it's true.
Man.
Yeah, so if you watch that, you'll see that even though Darth Flexx couldn't make it for the filming, he did send us over a clip, and we threw it at the end like we usually do, and he does his thing. So before we get started, we're going to tell you guys about our social media. Don't forget to check us out at WeBeGeeksPC.com every week, well, almost every week, Juancho. Every week is the first place to hear this lovely, lovely podcast. Don't forget to check out the video recap, which comes out a couple of days later on our Vibe Studios YouTube page. And you can get through there with the Vibe Studios website. That's VIBEREVSTUDIOS.com. The first place and the only place to get all Vibe Studios content. And of course, we have our social media, which is the most confusing thing that Juancho's ever done. It is our Instagram, Twitter, and our Facebook. It's GEEKBR0S, and check us out there. And we have a new email address. Did you hear about that little thing that he had to change it from Outlook to whatever? Yeah. And that he made it continuity wise. So now it's Geek Bros with a 0, GEEKBR0S at crap. What was it? Yahoo? At yahoo.com. My bad. You see, I'm trying to hold it down there, Juancho. Okay, please. So, you have a question for me, Flex?
Well, tell me, Vibe, what brings us here today?
I love it. That's a good impression. We've got comic book news out. There's nothing out for movies. We have video games out this week. Anime Invasion. We're going to talk about what's that? Academia season 3.
Season 3.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember Juancho talking about this, and he couldn't pronounce that.
Well, I don't know if he spelled that right. Maybe it's right. It is right?
It's Academia, yeah.
That's my fault. See? When I'm sitting in the chair that Juancho sits, his speech impediment is going through me. See, I'm channeling my inner Juancho. For open mic, we have Constantine appearing in Legends of Tomorrow. Ronda Rousey joins the WWE. Flex is really interested in that. SpaceX proves me wrong about the shape of the Earth. Black Panther hype. X-Men won't be joining the MCU anytime soon. We're going to get into that. Juancho wants us to review the Altered Carbon trailer.
That looks good.
Does it?
It's on my queue on Netflix.
Okay, excellent. We're gonna I guess do a trailer breakdown or review. I'm not sure what he wanted us to do. We're gonna give you guys our podcast official review of the Han Solo trailer. Don't forget that the reaction and that was on YouTube, and the Geek Bros review is also on YouTube. We're gonna talk about briefly the Infinity War Super Bowl teaser, and then Juancho has some very interesting topics at the end here. It's how close is the world to Oasis, which is the thing in Ready Player One? How close are we to that?
Crazy, because I was just talking about that Star Wars VR at Disney.
Yeah, right, in the group chat. Yeah. And then Juancho's concern about how society sensitivity might bleed into the future of gaming. So we've got a very interesting topic here at the end for open mic. So I'm ready. So even though Juancho's not with us, he is here in spirit, and he luckily saved my behind and decided to record the comic books and the video games coming out this week. So we're gonna throw it to Juancho. Okay, so that's where I'm going to plug his thingy in. Where is it? There it is.
Remember last time we were here and you forgot the camera was still recording. You just ripped one.
Didn't I? I put it in the video.
You did?
Yeah, but I bleeped it. In that same video. I bleeped it. You're like, the camera's still recording. I said, oh, snap. I kept it in, but I bleeped it. All right, let's do this. See, this is uncensored. This is why you should be watching the video recap, because this is what we do in the hood. Let me hear myself. Let me move it. And the video game's coming out this week. So we're going to throw it to Juancho.
This week we have Shadows of Colossus coming out already.
Doesn't he sound
Shadows of the
just
Colossus
great?
Special out on February 6th. Dandara on February 6th. Mercenary of Kings Reloaded Edition February 6th.
I don't know what he's recording this on.
Black Hole February 6th. Bleed 2 February 6th. Close Combat 2 A Bridge Too Far February 6th. Close Combat 3 The Russian Front, February 6th. The Darkest Detective, February 7th. Meanders,
They're releasing
February
the
7th.
first, the second, and third game on
Hyperion
the same day.
Cyberstorm, February 8th.
You heard that, right?
Sid Meier's
I did.
Civilization 6, Rise and Fall,
I
February
want to
8th.
play Civilizations.
Arcade Archive, Crazy Climber, February 8th. Disc Jam, February 8th.
Yeah, it vibrates.
Aegis Defenders, February 8th. Atomic,
Aegeus
Run Gun
Defenders.
Jump Gun,
Aegeus.
February 8th. ACA Neo Geo Super Bowl 2020, February 8th.
Super Bowl or Super Bowl?
Mercenary Saga Chronicles, February 8th. Heroine Athens, Zero Episode 1, February 8th. Opus, Rocket Whisper, Peace,
Why does he do this to
February
himself?
8th. Imagine Fight 2, Operation Deep Striker, February 8th.
I like the way that
Imagine
sounds.
Fight, February 8th. Dragon Quest Builders, February 9th for the Switch. Under Night in Birth, EX late, February 9th. The Seven Deadly Sins, Night of Britannia.
We miss you,
February
Juancho.
9th. So these are the games that are out this week. The game that I'm looking forward to checking out is Dragon Quest Builders for the Switch. Since
That
we're
actually looks pretty
such a
damn good.
Big Nintendo family now. We're gonna go check this game out. All right, Vibe, back to you.
Alright, there you go. Thanks, Juancho. You're missed and stuff with the junk. Moving on. That was the fresh scent. Now we're about to go into Anime Invasion. Okay, so Anime Invasion, we're talking about My Hero. I can't do it. Academia.
My Hero Academia
Season 3. That'll be out April 7th because continuity is important. I don't know where he was going with that. So, do you know anything about this? This is the worst.
No,
this is the worst anime
I
invasion
mean,
ever.
I don't know. I saw a few episodes of this. It's just not.
Okay, so you see it for an episode. Can you just give me a brief idea, or at least feelings or impression you got of what you've seen? I didn't watch it at all. He has brought it up, but I never watched it.
It's annoying.
Okay, and annoying as in what, the characters, or the story, or the premise,
It's not dubbed, right? Dubbed.
or subbed.
I didn't.
It's not dubbed. It's not English.
I didn't
dubbed?
watch it dubbed, so it was kind of annoying because I was kind of busy. I was trying to cook, and I was like, oh.
You can't. There's no way you can watch subbed anime and do anything else. You have to pay attention. You got to read.
I took Japanese for 3 years, bro.
Did you really? No, seriously. Did you really?
I did, but I forgot everything.
You didn't learn anything. It's
Nah.
okay. I took Spanish for 6 years, and I
know how to
barely
say I love fried chicken.
in Japanese.
Yeah.
Okay. Say it. Say it for us right now.
Should I say like a very stereotypical?
Very stereotypical because this is a family podcast.
Oh, Jason Blaku.
Jason Blaku.
Fried chicken, totemo daisuki desu.
That was pretty good. I like that. I think I like that more than Uganda Knuckles.
When I was in high school, I did a play in Japanese, actually.
Did you really? And you forgot all of that? You know, Japanese is like the dish.
I remember the lines, like, I'm gonna kill you and this and that. And
What play was it?
it was about, because back in old samurai times, there was always plays about the samurai killing a demon. You know,
Okay,
it was
like-
an oni.
Okay.
Demon oni.
A Ronin?
And I played, no, oni, which is demon.
Oh, okay, no,
And
it's like Samurai Ronin.
I always played the
demon?
and then some little.
It's because
kid
you're
was-
Brolic, that's why.
I was pretty small back then. Actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, they knew you were going to be Brolic, so.
But I mean, I did it very well. My Japanese was very good in my teen years.
And then you let it go.
Yeah, I went to a black school, bro. Nevi
went to a black
Nevi
school.
was the only Asian guy I knew, and he was Thai, so they were kind of Asian.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, you could have watched anime. You could have brushed up on what you were looking at. Oh, well, that's your anime invasion.
Well, Crunchyroll didn't exist back then, so
Yeah, good point. What about torrenting, though? You used to torrent the heck out of anime back then.
I didn't use it for anime.
Okay. Oh, family podcast. Well, that's Anime Invasion. We did our best, Juancho. All right, open mic discussion. Let's get into it. Now, you guys know that I love me some DC. It's all about the DC Arrowverse. It's fantastic. And Legends of Tomorrow started off kind of crappy, but Legends of Tomorrow, for me, it's one of the funniest shows because they go balls to the wall with that. So we are proud to announce that when it comes back this season, Constantine, which originally was it NBC? It had its own show, but it was canceled, kind of like what happened to Supergirl. Mm-hmm. And then the CW absorbed his character for both an animated show and he did a cameo in Arrow season something. So actually, he's becoming a regular on Legends of Tomorrow, and that is fantastic. After we lost Martin Stein, which is one half of Firestorm, and then we lost Jax, who was also the other half. So Firestorm is gone, and that's what I really appreciate about Legends of Tomorrow. They rotate their cast. They do. It was Hawkgirl and Hawkman in season 1. They're gone. Then they brought somebody else, and then they're gone. So I like that they rotate the cast. So I am absolutely thrilled that John Constantine is being brought back from obscurity and he's going to be in this show. It is fantastic. I never watched the original show, didn't really care, and it has absolutely nothing really to do with the movie that came out with Keanu Reeves. Yeah, same concept, but it was definitely not what it's about.
So not the different character. Is this the same character, though, right? So John Constantine, the fighter.
Yeah, he's fighting. He's fighting demons.
That was a pretty good movie, man.
So, actually, look, he has a little we got a little article here. Yes, that's him. That's John Constantine. You're not digging it?
Not the hair.
Let's play it.
The hair is way too fake.
Check it out.
Blimey.
This is John Constantine.
Skinny, Brit in a trench coat.
I am an accomplished warlock, expert on the occult.
Did I tell you I don't like horror movies?
DC's Legends of Tomorrow. All new episodes return February 2018 on the CW.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what you know about John Constantine, but
I'll be honest. Well, he's not a warlock, is he?
What? Sorta.
You know what? I've never been a fan of Legends of Tomorrow, but just seeing him with that classy accent,
yeah,
it makes you want to watch it.
Well, Legends of Tomorrow also had Rip Hunter. He had that British accent.
No, yeah, but I don't know. This too, especially with his trench coat.
Yeah, he's got a little sass to him. He's got a little sass to him. So it says here, while the character only appeared in one moment at the end of the episode, the CW has now released a better look at what John Constantine is going to be doing when he arrives. Fortunately for those who's always wanted this darker brand of heroism, it looks like he'll be bringing it in this style to Legends of Tomorrow. In the preview, which we just played, Constantine joins forces with Legends of Tomorrow to fight off a brand new evil that's never existed. Now this is Moloch, I believe. This is the evil for this season, and it seems to be more supernatural. He was actually able to resurrect.
Does it say his
or
name?
Mollusk? Let me see. Unlikely Heart. Let's see. Reading. Daddy's Darkest. Mollusk. There it is. See?
Oh, I'm like Moloch. You mean like the guys that all the rappers sell their soul to?
Oh, what?
Moloch. You summon Moloch, sell your soul to the devil, so you can become a famous rapper.
I have never heard of that.
Illuminati and stuff.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I didn't know that was the name of it. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, like that.
That's why they have
that ripped dude with the cow head and the little owl. The
OVO
owl with the Drake wear.
That's his name. His name is Moloch? Are you sure?
There's Moloch, yeah. Moloch.
See, we're getting into the occult stuff here, okay? This is why you need to be listening to this Geek Bros. We go deeper than the geek news, okay? Yeah, so it's Malice, and it was actually the antagonist that was being foreshadowed by Rip Hunter before they what did they do to him? Arrested him or whatever. So that should be interesting. I'm quite interested in seeing Constantine arrived back in the Arrowverse when the White Canary, she died, and when she came back being resurrected, this is an Arrow, of course, she was resurrected in the Lazarus pit, but she lost her soul. She was actually baddish crazy. They brought John Constantine in to bring her soul back, so she was good. That's how they introduced it.
White Canary, the same chick from the Injustice video game who screams, has that like super.
No, that's Black Canary.
Are they related?
Well, in this, I don't know. See, the comic book lore is not my thing. It's more Juancho's thing. But in the CW Arrowverse, yes, they're sisters.
Okay.
Yeah, they're sisters. White Canary, she was the girl that Oliver was cheating on her with, and then when the boat's gambit or whatever, when he had that boat accident, she was lost at sea. The father had to shoot himself, and Oliver got stuck around, but she actually was found, saved, trained by the League of Assassins, and then came back, and that's how she survived. And then she died again. They had somebody kill her again, and then they brought her back, and now she has her own confab show. I totally on board. If you guys haven't checked out Legends of Tomorrow, you should, because it's fun. It's just fun. That's all I can say. It's really, really fun. I enjoy it. Okay, so I need a transition. Give me a transition. Our next topic is Ronda Rousey. No transition. Okay. I'm going to turn this one over. Ronda Rousey joins the WWE. I'm turning this over here to Darth Flexx. This man knows his stuff. I probably only seen like one fight with her, and it was with homie over here at Nova. So
that was the only fight you had to see.
That is true. That is absolutely true. So, Flex, what is your take on Ronda Rousey joining the WWE? We're going from UFC, which is the legit stuff, to WWE, which is, of course, spoiler alert, not real. So, well, it's
And here it is.
in the heart, in spirit. It's real in spirit. So, Flex.
Well, I don't know how many of you actually know Ronda Rousey. She was at one point the most dominant female fighter in the UFC. Now, the only reason being is because females in the UFC was a very new thing. And she's a judoka, meaning she was a judo player or judo fighter. She was an Olympian.
Oh, she was?
In just judo, though. Judo.
Oh, a judo Olympian.
I don't think she was ever a gold medalist, though.
Okay. Bronze? Maybe bronze?
I think silver and bronze.
Okay.
But she was mowing through females in the UFC, and this is before you had actual very well developed fighters. Now, in my opinion, Ronda Rousey is not a MMA fighter. She's just a judoka. If you see her, she actually has terrible striking. That was her downfall, is when she actually got put up against a fighter, a striker. She got destroyed twice by Holly Holm, where she was kicked in the neck, and she couldn't eat an apple for like 3 months. And then she came back, all this hype. It's messed up because there was a champion. She came back. They gave all the publicity to Rousey, not the champion. Then she came back. The champion destroyed her. I mean, like, used her head as like a punching bag. Like, oh, it was very satisfying.
Calm that, bring it down, man.
No, it was amazing just to see her get destroyed. Like, her, because she talks a lot of crap. You know, like, there's only one person in the UFC who can talk that much crap and actually back it up, and that's the notorious Conor McGregor. Ronda Rousey.
McGregor is the truth.
Exactly. Ronda Rousey is not McGregor. She's all bark, and then when she actually had to go up against the pit bulls, she was done. Right? So, her career took a huge downfall. She can't really get a fight because, personally, I think she's afraid. But who are they going to put her against her that isn't going to beat her? Right?
Well, I mean, she can't train and get back into the game or nothing.
So the thing is, she had a striking coach that she refuses to leave. Her name is Edmund something, some Armenian guy. He's a terrible coach, right?
How do you figure?
Well, I mean, all his fighters have a losing streak.
Oh, shoot.
If you see her striking, okay, you ever seen, like, take for example, you're seeing Floyd Mayweather practice mitts or striking?
Sure.
Okay. If you see, I don't know, maybe the viewers can pull up a clip of Ronda Rousey doing her striking training. Looks terrible. Like, I don't know. You ever like see little kids fighting like this?
Oh yeah. That. Oh, okay.
For a professional,
you guys need to check out the recap and see what he just did.
Yeah, it's like little.
It's like a kid getting beaten on yarn.
Yeah, it is. It's exactly what it is. It's a cat just going like this. There's a meme online, a video of cats hitting yarn, and then Ronda Rousey in the background. So. After her first and second loss, actually, she was slated to be Captain Marvel.
Was she? Right? Yep. Oh, that's awful.
She was going to be Captain Marvel, and she was going to be in the remake for Roadhouse.
Okay.
Where they take the spin off and they kind of make it the same thing, instead of a dude, it's a chick.
Right.
After her losses, she lost all her deals.
Really?
First of all,
she lost?
She's a terrible actress. A terrible actress.
Well, she did well in her little mute role in whoa.
Oh,
What was I going to say?
I thought you were gonna say Expendables.
No, I didn't see Expendables. I was gonna say Fast and the Furious when she was that mute guard. She didn't say anything. She just fought.
They put her in Expendables, and you can tell she's just, there's no life to a character. She cannot bring life to a character, just like she couldn't bring life to her striking and fighting.
But let's be reasonable, okay? Now The Rock, it took him a while to get his groove. You know, he's better now than he was. Look at the Scorpion King. And look at, like, Dune.
But The Rock has a very unique thing going for him where she doesn't. She has nothing going for her.
Right.
The Rock is this, no homo, this beautiful Egyptian cinnamon man.
He is.
He has this very deep
cinnamon man
bass-like voice, right?
He does.
He's got these, like, 25-inch biceps.
Not when he first began. Remember, he was smaller back in the day.
Yeah, because back then steroids weren't as, lucrative.
Oh, snap.
I mean, he doesn't lie about it. He takes steroids. He admits it.
But he does it the right way, right? Or
yeah. Well, there's a. Now, I can't legally say this to you, but actually I can, because there's really no side effect to steroids if you do it the right way.
Right.
Okay. The reason you see so many deaths is because people abuse it. It is substance, and you can't abuse a substance.
Right.
Like the late Rich Piana, who died recently from going crazy. And if you take steroids, don't drink. Don't drink it. It'll destroy your liver. Your liver can't handle it. Your eyes will turn yellow, and you'll die the next day. But where was I? The Rock. But the thing about the WWE,
right,
they all have to be actors, because none of that is real.
That is true.
And because they actually play a dramatic part to it,
You know what? You're probably right. You're probably right. No, it is a script, and you're right. They are playing this. It's kind of like a cheesier, manlier version of a soap opera. Because it's mediocre acting, but you have to act.
And even though The Rock wasn't great when he started, he still had a foot in the door as far as acting. And the movies he first started making out was... He was supposed to play the character he is. It's not like anybody expected him to be like Robert De Niro playing a Cuban guy.
That is true. I think the Scorpion King also did to people's eyebrow when he came out.
He did.
And I was like, what are you doing?
When the chick did something, he was like... Right, so... he was expected to be that character.
Yeah, you're right.
Be The Rock in the movies. They weren't like Oscar-winning movies in the first place. So, like if you have him trying to play like De Niro or like Pacino's part, okay.
I get you.
So for Ronda Rousey,
she doesn't have that luxury. Though.
She doesn't, but the WWE is right for her. And actually, I think it should have been where she should have started because as a fighter, she was very one-dimensional. She's not multi-dimensional, which is the reason MMA is called mixed martial arts, not just one martial art. Right, so she's gonna make more money than the WWE for sure.
Oh well, of course,
she is. I think in the UFC, her net worth was about $5 million. People in the WWE make a lot more than that.
Yeah, no, I can see her going there, and everybody's excited to follow her there. So it's gonna happen
because
she's gonna rule WWE probably.
When athletes get hurt, even if in your mind, if you don't want to flinch or protect yourself and kind of be scared, your neuromuscular connection does remember and you try to guard yourself. She's afraid to fight now, but when you're in a WWE where it's scripted and you know whether you're going to win or lose, for her it's cake.
Yeah,
it's cake, and she can bring her. It's wrestling, so she can really incorporate actual judo into it, which it'll be nice for her. I still don't like her.
Really?
But, dude.
You never liked her or just don't like her?
Never liked her, man.
Really?
She was just the worst. Like, she was... I'm sure she's a great person, but, like, the kind of person she tried to play as a fighter, it just... She had no reason to be such a hateful person.
Oh, okay.
For instance, if you ever watched The Ultimate Fighter, it's like it's like the Jersey Shore for fighters.
Right.
She's just a bad person. Like, people try to shake her hand, she's like, no. And like, I was so satisfied because when the Holly Holm fight, they were gonna bump fists, she didn't. That was her mistake because Holly Holm destroyed her jaw.
Dang. I wonder why I didn't see it. Why didn't I see that? I'm sure you did
see that fight. You were there. That's the fight that you saw when she got kicked in the neck and she was out.
It was a quick fight, right? Or was it quick? Like
it was quick. It was 2 rounds. 2 rounds.
Oh, okay.
Holly just played her.
I guess back, it was one of the first ones because then I wasn't really paying attention.
It was almost 2 years ago.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
I've known you that long.
Yeah.
Oh, time flies when you're having fun.
Because we've known each other for 2 of Juan's birthdays now.
You're right. It has been 2 of Juan's birthdays.
So he's 32.
2 long Juan's birthdays. Yeah. It's unfortunate.
We can actually trace our friendship by the recession of Juan's hair.
Oh my god!
Every year, so just keep measuring.
Well, it's a good point. Good point. I mean, hey, listen, Darth Flexx is the man. He hosted my birthday at his house, even if he didn't know who the heck I was. So that was good times. Good times.
That was very good. Got a really good video out of that.
Yeah. Just ha. Wish you'd delete that mess. All right, so I'm thinking about deleting mess. So apparently the SpaceX Falcon Heavy launch happened, and it's the world's most powerful rocket, and it apparently proved, at least to me, or so Juancho says.
Wait, so you're convinced?
I haven't seen it though.
Oh, okay.
I haven't seen it, and I can guarantee that it's a fisheye lens. So whatever curvature you see in that video is probably a fisheye lens. I haven't seen it, but Juancho says that because now what did they do exactly? I didn't read the article. Is there an article for this?
No. He was just kind of pretty much. It's a message to aliens or other beings. He was going... There's an article and there's a message. So he sent out the Tesla Roadster, which is the most expensive car Tesla makes.
He shot into space a car?
Yeah. So inside the rocket is a Roadster with a little robot in it, like this.
Okay. To what end?
This is going to keep going, I guess. And then it has a message saying, from humans to whoever it may concern... Pretty much saying, hey, we're humans, this is what we do, what's up?
Didn't we do that already? We sent something like that out already.
I thought it was just like sound. Like we just sent.
We sent sounds and a bunch of things and but we sent a satellite, and I believe the satellite it was 2 really big gold records, and that if you played it, you could get it was a collection of famous people, the coordinates to Earth, music, our culture at the time. They sent that off into space and 2 gold on a satellite.
I think what he did, the whole thing,
It's
sending
cooler.
a message. Not that it's cooler. That was like just to do it. But the primary thing was testing one of the most powerful rockets, currently.
But then, if Juancho's saying this proves that the Earth is not flat, and I never said the Earth was flat. I'm a globe Earth skeptic. Okay, don't hate on me. I want to know what was shown where Juancho could say that this is legit.
I think there's a video of
it.
The dude in the car with a dash cam.
Oh, but the dash cam is fisheye lens. Okay,
Yeah,
I get it.
But I mean, well,
unless you're telling me that there was a camera pointed straight down and that it showed the entire
it might
thing.
have been. I mean, I actually didn't see the video.
You didn't see the video either?
Because I listened to like the science podcasts and stuff like that.
Okay.
But do you think Elon Musk is like if he were to tell you, would you believe him? Do you trust him? Do you think he's a credible source?
No, because I have my own theory about SpaceX and why they failed so many times. It's just a smokescreen because NASA's not doing anything right now. They need something else.
Maybe Mass Effect Andromeda predicted the future because in one of the if you go to your little cabin as a captain,
okay,
there's a little model of the SpaceX spaceship, and it says this is man's first attempt to land on Mars and land on Mars, so on. Like in the game, you can collect collectible spaceships to decorate your room. Yeah, so like one of them is the SpaceX rocket.
Interesting, very interesting.
Maybe EA knows something we don't.
There's too much. It's called.
It's not EA.
No, it's called. It's called predictive programming. That's what they call it.
Like The Simpsons predicted President Trump.
And 9/11 and a couple other things.
And the Falcons beating the Patriots.
I'm just saying, it's predictive programming. It makes you wonder whether or not
it's Moloch.
Or that. Or maybe it's just too much hype. And speaking of hype, that was a good transition. I don't know. Okay. The Black Panther hype. Okay. Wakanda Nation stand up. Okay. Black Panther is the fastest pre-selling superhero movie, period.
Is it sold out?
From what I've heard.
Yeah.
So Black Panther has continued to break pre-sale records, becoming both Fandango and Alamo Drafthouse's fastest pre-selling superhero movie. Black Panther is now pacing all superhero movies in pre-sale, surpassing 2016's Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice, and Black Panther has set a Fandango record earlier this month for also being the top pre-sold MCU film in the first 24 hours. What is going on, Darth Flexx? Why Black Panther? I mean, don't get me wrong, the trailers are hot. I'm feeling step into the spotlight. Woo!
We can approach it 2 different ways. One, that it looks amazing.
It does look amazing.
Like, I have never seen such a classy... I don't know. I'm in love with the character of T'Challa.
T'Challa, he's... Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah, uh-huh.
His voice just like...
It's amazing.
It massages your insides.
Yeah. And wasn't it you that told me that you were disappointed when you found out he was just a regular black guy?
Last night...
Because you thought he played it so well.
Bro, last night I went to the movies with Jillian to watch 50 Shades Free, and
my God, you watched that...
You know what? For a softcore porn, it wasn't bad.
For a softcore porn?
Now,
Family podcast.
Black Panther had like a pre-trailer spot where he was kind of introducing the movie.
Uh-huh.
And it starts out with him, the whole... evacuate the city, engage your defense, that kind of stuff, right? And get this man a shit. And then I'm like, oh yeah, look, I'm so pumped. And then he comes out as the actor to introduce it, speaking a regular ass American.
Oh man, that made you go flaccid. That was like you had half a stock, and you're like, damn.
It's like getting into a Ferrari and just realizing that it's like the shell's just cardboard.
Oh, I see.
But you know what?
But he plays a.
I was gonna say. Props to him because I mean his acting skills are amazing,
it's
dude.
Spot on, yeah. It's amazing. According to Fandango, a survey of over 1,000 fans intending to see Black Panther, 97% of them wanted to see a different kind of superhero film, which is the way this is about. 95% of them are excited about the film's positive messages. There's positive messages in it? Okay.
I mean, I guess you can say.
I mean, there is,
it's a black superhero.
Yeah,
but I don't think about that kind of stuff because that's stupid.
I guess 93% can't wait to see Chadwick Boseman in action as the superhero because he was, in my opinion, I liked him the most in Civil War.
Oh, dude.
Spider-Man was cool, but no, I'm sorry. But when he went up against the Winter Soldier, the way he just wrecked that guy, I was like, yes.
Yo, look at his name, Chadwick Boseman. Doesn't his name sound like he should speak how T'Challa?
He should.
But he talks like, I don't know, Luke Cage or something, man. Like,
don't do that. Don't you hate on my man like that? Luke Cage is crap.
No, I know, but the character of T'Challa is awesome. But
No, it's absolutely awesome. Like, my favorite part of Civil War with him is when Hawkeye goes, "Hey, you haven't met me. I'm Clint." He goes, "I don't care." I was like, yes, that's the guy. I just hope he maintains, because a lot of his intensity was because he was seeking vengeance, and he had he had a story arc in Civil War. They gave him a story arc that was beautiful. Like, that was good writing when you can introduce a character, give him an arc, and resolve it. And even if it's not even his story, he had a story arc. He let the vengeance go away, and it was great. I hope we see Zemo in it.
How gangster is it that he just wears a necklace that becomes the Panther suit?
Well, is that how it is?
Yeah,
because we never saw him transform in Civil War.
Well, in the trailer I saw last night,
it looks like more like the Extremis.
So, it's like a little necklace.
That's cool, but isn't it? But we see something similar to that in Infinity War with Stark.
Yeah.
So I wonder if he gets that from Wakanda.
I hope so.
They trade something. Because it looks like he has a chest piece on his mount, and it what?
No, I just remember this thing I saw online on this on my fraternity's page. I'm sure it was a joke, but it was showing Wakanda, and it was like this black chick was like, "This is what Africans would have been like if the white folk would have never came."
Oh. Like, yeah. That is kind of cool. That's funny. Hey, I'm just saying, Wakanda. So, but speaking of not coming in and interfering, the X-Men won't be joining the MCU anytime soon, according to Kevin Feige. So, unlike the way it worked with Spider-Man was one character. They got the rights to share with Sony. They threw him in there, and it worked. Now, my understanding is, before we read this article, actually, do I even have the article up? Probably not. Before we read this article, my understanding when it comes to this is that it's a universe. It's a universe of characters that haven't existed before. And to shoehorn them in, or to say that they're there, they won't do them justice by putting them in anytime soon. They're probably going to be in whatever happens after Phase 4, which, they say after Phase 4, there's no more phases, doing something totally different. So maybe they're putting it as part of whatever Thanos ends up doing and remakes the world, and all of a sudden it's always been X-Men. How do you feel about the fact that we're not going to be reaping the benefits, what little they are, of course, of Disney's acquisition of Fox?
I don't know, man. Well, in regards to X-Men, I don't really much care about the X-Men. I would like to see Wolverine in it, because him and Spider-Man have a really cool dialogue in the comics and the cartoons.
Now, when you say Wolverine, you mean just Wolverine in general, or Hugh Jackman?
Because Hugh Jackman plays him so well. I mean, he's been my Wolverine since I was a kid, right?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, he's been the only Wolverine. I mean, he like what's his name? Robert Downey made their characters. They're iconic. It's hard, but especially with and he only got better as with each Wolverine movie. He got more and more into it. Like, I loved him in Days of Future Past. Loved him in Days of Future Past. Logan was pretty good too, but I think he hit the right balance there, in Days of Future Past.
As a matter of fact, I'd much rather actually have him stay with the whole Fox thing. I might much rather see Wolverine or Logan in Deadpool than I would in
yes,
Spider-Man.
And I hope they make that happen, because I think it'd be really funny. I think it'd be really funny to see.
Great. I
would love like a reoccurring joke where Wolverine slices off a piece of Deadpool because he mouthed off, and it grows back, and he slices up and he grows back.
Baby hand.
That'd be really funny. So, to the article, which is coming from IGN.com. Okay, your only source of news. Let me stop. Wait, we have no Polygon news. Let me see. Polygon? No. Oh, we do have Polygon. Sorry, we're coming up. Despite Disney's recent acquisition of 21st Century Fox's Fantastic Four and X-Men won't be joining the MCU anytime soon, according to Marvel Studios' Kevin Feige. In an interview with Vulture, Feige explains that the deal between Disney and Fox still has to be figured out before X-Men and Fantastic Four or any other Marvel character from Fox can be added to the MCU, which is interesting because you bought the studio. What is there left to hash out? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, they bought the studio that owns these rights, so I don't really know what that means. He said there's been no communication. We're not thinking about it. We're focused on everything that we already have announced. If and when the deal actually happens, we'll start thinking about it. Until then, we have a lot to do. So it's not set in stone, I guess, which is odd. Feige also went on to say that it would be a few years until the characters like Wolverine, Deadpool, Human Torch butt heads with Iron Man or the Hulk.
Who owns the rights to the Punisher?
No, I think Marvel has it again, because remember Marvel put the Punisher on Netflix.
So Marvel's Disney. So Disney has Punisher.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard now because the way they went with the Netflix TV show of Punisher, but Punisher in Spider-Man or Punisher in the MCU would be nice, because if you notice the cartoons and the comics, when it comes in like crossovers, he plays a very small but satisfying part, which is him just trying to kill Spider-Man or kill one of the heroes.
Right.
Just sitting out there with his sniper and just that'd be cool. But I know Ryan Reynolds is not happy about it.
He's not?
No.
At all? Really?
I think he was trying to finish something with Deadpool before Disney does anything with it. Like, I don't think he wants Disney to have Deadpool.
Ah, interesting. I wonder if he's concerned about... Well, I don't know, because Disney said they're not going to mess with it.
Yeah, I don't care who has it as long as they stick to what it's been,
because let's look at it this way. Disney has Marvel and it has Lucasfilm. And they still pretty much feel like they're run independently on their own. You don't see a Disney logo before Lucasfilm. You don't see a Disney logo before a Marvel movie, and they seem to be still doing their own thing. And it just, the money's going back to the parent company. So I don't see. I don't know if Fox is going to be absorbed, or if it's still going to say Fox, and it's just going to be in the end credits you see a Disney logo. I don't know how that's going to work. Maybe that's what they're wondering about, as whether or not Fox is going to retain its identity or whether it's going to be absorbed into Disney itself. That's probably what we're gonna see. So, again, you guys already know how I feel about the Disney acquisition of Fox and all my conspiracy theories and how I feel this is the end of friggin' creativity as we know it. But God, I hope he doesn't buy anything else. Please don't let him buy anything else. Where's the antitrust laws and the monopoly laws? Somebody's got to stop these people.
They have slowed because they bought Pixar from George Lucas.
Yeah.
They also own THX, don't they?
No, I don't think so.
No?
Just Pixar. They took Pixar.
Pixar was great.
Yeah. So
Daddy Lucas.
So, and we're gonna move on to Altered Carbon, the trailer. We're gonna play the trailer, and we'll discuss it. So, listen closely.
Your body is not who you are. You shed it like a snake sheds its skin. You transfer the human consciousness between bodies to live eternal life.
How long have I been down?
250 years.
Jesus Christ. He got jacked for this.
You are the property of Bancroft Industries. You've been provided with this
Oh my god, that's the guy from
equipped with military
Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
combat muscle memory.
Mr. Kovacs,
No.
I didn't ask you to bring me back into this world. All I ask of you is...
Oh, this is the trailer I've been seeing on YouTube.
Whose? Mine.
They only tell this part, and that's it.
Whoever murdered him must be found, or we're all
This has got a Blade Runner feel to
You
it.
need access that you don't want to give. And I'm going to find answers that you may only think you want.
Look at the Han Solo movie.
Yeah.
friends, enemies,
Use it as a-
people with opportunity and
What it
motive.
should have been.
You can't trust anybody.
You don't solve this quickly enough. I'll erase you.
I thought you'd be bigger. They made me bring all this back up.
It's rude.
Okay.
There's more here than you're willing to see.
The mystery needs to be solved.
Oh crap.
Lieutenant?
You know, saving your ass is not my only job.
I like her.
This is the beginning.
Now, is this a movie or a series?
It's a movie.
Wow. Netflix, you are stepping your game up.
Yeah.
Okay, you're stepping your game up. And speaking of that, we're gonna. Did you watch the Cloverfield Paradox?
No, it's on my queue too, but
so we can't discuss it. Okay, definitely, guys. Next week, with either whether it's with Juancho or Darth Flexx or both, we will discuss the Cloverfield Paradox. I watched it. I liked it. And moving forward, so now we already filmed a response for this. We also have the reaction out there with Shut Up, I Love It, and the Geek Bros has their review. But for the podcast, Darth Flexx, you saw the Han Solo teaser trailer. We're 3 months out before the movie came. Is it too little, too late? And how did you feel about it? He's letting out a deep sigh.
I have a question. Why is it not being released on May the 4th?
I think the better question is, how are they releasing it at all? They need all the time that they can get.
It looks like a Blade Runner movie. It's
got a Blade Runner-esque feel to it. It's got the color palette of Rogue One, so it looks like it's gonna be rough and gruff, which I'm not really thrilled about, because I like my colors in Star Wars.
Yeah.
I don't like the Zack Snyder vomit color, dirt colored looking thing. But I guess we're going for something grungy, maybe.
I mean,
yeah, but you're right. May the 4th. That would have been a perfect time for it to come out.
I think it's gonna be a good movie.
Okay.
I don't think it's going to be a good Han Solo movie.
No, okay, that's my thing. I get what you're saying, and what you guys, did we discuss it? We didn't even discuss what we did over the weekend. Okay, well, we went camping, and I had this discussion with Casey. Casey, of course, is one of the guest geek girls that's coming up in a lost episode, and we and her had a discussion. The discussion was about The Last Jedi, and she kept on saying that it is a good movie standalone, and I said, but it's not a standalone, it's a sequel, and it's in a franchise. You can't, how can you say it's a good movie when if you're gonna have to ignore everything? So you're saying it's gonna be a good movie, but you're questioning whether it's gonna be a good Star Wars movie. How can you differentiate between the two?
Okay, here, it's gonna be a good Star Wars movie, I think.
Okay.
Here's the thing that got me hyped was the music and just the universe that I kind of saw in that very short.
The music threw me off, but okay.
It's just looking at it, I don't feel like I'm for sure I'm gonna see a Han Solo story, right?
Right.
But I feel like I'm just watching some guy who's pretending to be Han Solo.
Yeah, I heard it. They said they said that cosplaying as Han Solo.
This guy does not sound like Han Solo. Doesn't look like Han Solo. That guy Jamie Acosta, I sent you a picture of earlier this week.
Yes, you did.
He does him perfectly. Though Lando was kind of like the selling point for me, though.
What, the little cocky smile? Yeah. But you didn't even hear him say anything.
I don't care, man. Just like his I don't know. I think I just like Lando. I don't know. Like, he was like the slick black dude in Star Wars.
Yeah. But he was very smooth. He was really smooth. Okay, Billy D. Williams. It's hard. People keep focusing on Han Solo, but Billy D. That's a hard act to follow as well. That guy was smoother than smooth as. I mean, come on.
Like, but I'm actually glad with the casting. Donald Glover. He is a very talented young man.
Is he? Yeah. I haven't seen very much of him.
Have you heard him sing?
No.
Have you heard him rap?
No.
You heard his stand-up comedy?
Nope.
You seen his show Atlanta?
Nope.
Jesus Christ!
All I've ever seen is his little thing in Spider-Man, and he was also in Interstellar. No, Martian. The Martian. He was in The Martian, and I didn't like his character in The Martian. He was annoying as hell.
He played a nerd, but
right.
He is very multi-dimensional when it comes to being an actor.
Okay.
As far as music and all that stuff, he's even a comedian. So again, it's hard. I can't really,
But you see what I'm saying? You see how
hard.
you're struggling. You
it's
see how you're struggling. Like you're trying to be as positive as possible. I see it on your face. You're quivering.
I can't talk in absolutes because I haven't seen the movie.
Right.
But and the trailer is exactly what it is. It's a teaser. It's teasing me with something that I'm not sure what I'm getting.
Exactly, but the teaser was mundane. Like I said, I didn't. If you watch the Shut Up, I Love It, all 5 of us sat there pretty much in silence. There was no ooh, ah. They were all kind of just like, we all looked befuddled in that video.
If I were to judge this movie on the trailer alone that I just saw, and you know me, I love Star Wars.
Yes, you do.
So I don't say it easily.
You are Star Wars.
This might be the first Star Wars movie that I don't like. And that's saying a lot coming from me, man.
That is. You guys don't understand. I always bark at Juancho for being a fanboy, but Flexx is the epitome of what a masculine Adonis fanboy for Star Wars is, and that's not a good sign. That's a bad omen. That is a bad omen, because at least all the other trailers, like I said, they got me jacked up. The movies might not have felt me, but Rogue One, I was feeling Rogue One's. I don't know what anybody was talking about, whether they wanted to cut out. I was feeling that trailer. Yeah. The Last Jedi, oh my god, I never felt something so hyped for something in my life. That trailer was the ish, okay? That was beautiful. So the fact that this trailer, and you guys already know that I feel like I'm dead inside when it comes to movies. You know, I don't know what's happening to me, but it's not tickling me like it used to. So the fact that this trailer, I'm not excited to see this movie. At all. For me, the one thing that's a major turnoff is Han Solo himself. Right. Again, it's just a trailer. I don't know what it's going to be like, but based on that trailer, to me, it's not Han Solo. It's just some kind of smuggler, some kind of like street guy. And I think that's what's going to happen. Darth Flexx is going to end up reviewing this movie with us for in the Geek Girls future episode. And I can Geek. Did I say Geek Girls? Yeah. I said Geek Bros. Sorry, future episode. And I can see him saying that he loved this as Star Wars, a smuggler story, not a Han Solo story. He's going to give it rave reviews. I'm probably going to hate it. All right, let's just be real. But he's going to give it rave reviews. But he's gonna completely take out the point, the title of the show. He's gonna take it out and call it "Smuggler: A Star Wars Story." Yeah. So, I mean, I'm sure it's gonna be an entertaining movie. Right? It looks, yeah, brilliant. I mean, even with the muted colors, I loved what I saw. When I see it, I feel like if you like Blade Runner, you're probably gonna like. Yeah, this is a Blade Runner-esque. But again, you don't think that the mountains of Mordor didn't throw you off? Like, I even said that. I was like, that looked like Mordor. Like, that mountain look, that not Hoth mountain place, that threw me off. Like, where are we going? You know what threw me off? Woody. Woody Allen? Yeah, man. Not Woody Allen. What's his name? Yeah. No, Woody Harrison. Woody Harrison. Like, not in the back, I'm like, whoa, is that Woody Harrison? no, hold on. Actually, you know what was a real turnoff? Khaleesi, Mother of Dragons. Why? You knew she was in it. No, I know, but I'm like, oh, okay. It's just hard to see her in any other thing than Game of Thrones. She was in Terminator Genisys. And that's the reason. Thank God for Arnold. Arnold saved that movie. If it wasn't for Arnold and it was just her as Sarah Connor, I'm like, oh. No, yeah, she wasn't that good. She's sexy, so that's... No, she's very attractive. She is beautiful, and she looks good in this movie. Visually looks good in this movie. You know what made me kind of off? Now, you know that one part where she goes, I know I may be the only person that knows exactly who you are, and he goes, "What's that?" He's got a shit-eating grin, and then he kind of just like swallows hard and what was that? I didn't like it at all. What were they? Is like he was afraid that she's gonna see through him. Like, what was that? Maybe she was gonna say you're Ray's father. No, I'm kidding. Like, why would you think? No, why would you think that's a good way to end it before the title screen? You know, like what is that? Like, you caught me. I don't know. I didn't. Maybe they were trying to catch the audience, because outside of the original trilogies, we really don't know much of Han Solo's past other than he is a smuggler and he works for gangsters and steals stuff from the Empire, right? Right. I think he smuggles spice. Mm-hmm. A spice smuggler. So I don't know. Maybe she knows. So there's a part where I guess he's applying for the Imperial Academy to be a pilot, right? Yeah, I didn't see that teaser, but okay. Yeah, because if you look on YouTube, it's two in one. Yeah, it's one ends in the other. Okay. So either he's trying to sabotage the Empire and trying to go in and be a pilot, or he's actually trying to be a pilot and he leaves them and now he's working with some kind of bandits or smugglers, and he doesn't want them to know that he was part of the Empire at one point. That could be one thing. I mean, okay, maybe that's it. Maybe based on what they gave us, right. I mean, other than that, maybe he's gay. What about now? Just before, in between the title screen and Memorial Day, it's coming out. What is going on with these ridiculous monsters that they're having in these new films? What is the deal? You had the Borgalet, you had with the Raftars. Now you have this big ass squid in space. I think they're trying to expand on what the Clone Wars did in the cartoons and stuff like that. I guess, but I mean, like now it's too. In every movie, we have to have some gigantic, weird looking monster. I think it's just
when Disney gives you all these resources, you're gonna fly with it. Like, hey, we got this. Let's do it, right? I mean, like for instance, before Clone Wars, I never knew there was these giant whale things living on Bespin.
That is true. Yeah, you're right.
That produced the Tabana gas.
Right.
But when they can do stuff like that, I guess, hey, well, why not, right?
I guess, but when you look back into it, well, didn't we do something like this in the last movie? Wait, didn't we do something like this in the last movie? And didn't we do something like this in the last movie? At some point, you're going to say, maybe stop throwing those really wild-looking creatures just for one movie. Let's see how the audience reacts. I mean, it looked cool, but then you even saw my reaction in that episode where I'm like, is that another squid monster? Why? So... I mean, I feel like they're making a mockery of Star Wars by throwing in these obscure squid monsters in each movie, and we're supposed to be like, oh, that's cool, it's another monster, I love it.
Or it could be, since 2018 we have 72 genders, some of them felt left out and wanted to identify as some kind of squid monster.
Good point. We are very, very, very all-inclusive these days, okay? Social Justice Warriors and all that good junk. So, what do you think about... It'll be the last thing before we move on, of course. Now, we know that in the original EU, the Legends, that Han Solo met Chewbacca by when he was in the Academy and he saved him from slavery. Do you think they're going to use that, or they're going to do something different for their meet? That's the only reason why I want to watch it, because I want to see what are they going to do for canon-wise about how they're going to meet, and whether it's going to be epic or not.
I think they should keep it, because in canon, not specifically that, but the Empire still does enslave the Wookiees and Kashik.
Well, yeah, they showed that in Rebels.
So I think that would be a good way to do it. I mean, in Episode 3, Chewbacca did not escape.
No.
With Yoda, so I think that would, as far as continuity goes, that would be a great way.
I would hope they do that. But my fear is it's going to be as anticlimactic as when Obi-Wan met Anakin with a handshake and let's be friends.
Maybe they meet at a bar. I don't know. I mean,
maybe they meet in Mos Eisley, because apparently Mos Eisley's bar was Mos Eisley's bar was owned by a Wookiee that we never saw in the movies. If you re-listen to For a Certain Point of View, it was owned by a Wookiee. There was a Wookiee on Tatooine, so that's quite interesting. Well, so I guess final thoughts on the trailer.
The Millennium Falcon looks clean,
and that's another thing. Does this take away from the mystique of the Millennium Falcon that we know? Because now you're asking me to understand that Han Solo is a pig,
dirty,
and something that he loves, he let it devolve into that. Now here's the thing: let's be reasonable. As any other fanboy or collectible, some people don't even touch their things. They keep it spit and polish. The way he loves the Millennium Falcon, you cannot tell me that the original trilogy didn't give you the impression that he inherited it like that.
Nope, not at all.
Okay?
Unless somehow, in between him acquiring it and after that, he loses it for a second and gets it back. That'd be the only explanation. Loses it to like some kind of poop demon.
But are they going to do that again? Remember, he lost it to Unkar Plot or whatever it was, and so they're not going to rehash that, because then you're taking away his coolness. The fact that the Millennium Falcon was stolen from him at all ruined his character. Can we reason when and how could that have been stolen from him? I know he's getting older, but are you serious? He left the keys and left. I mean, when and how? Could you ever imagine somebody just rolling up on him and stealing his Millennium Falcon, his most prized possession?
Maybe he was a drunk and he just started breaking stuff and spilling coffee and diarrhea everywhere.
Coffee. He's not Rick Sanchez. So we're gonna move on to the next one. Now, the Super Bowl Xfinity trailer was a little pretty quick. Was it 30 seconds long?
Yeah.
Did a review on that as well. It was the slowest. It was whatever. So, what did you think about that? That video is coming out next week, guys. For Shut Up, I Love It. The reaction.
I mean, you know what? The Super Bowl. Actually, you can't call it Super Bowl because they'll sue you. The game day trailer.
You can't call it a Super Bowl trailer?
We can, but like if they were to advertise the Super Bowl trailer, they can't.
They can't do that.
They gotta say game day trailer.
Why?
The NFL owns all rights to the Super Bowl, so if they advertise it as Super Bowl, you get a lot.
I'm sorry. The Xfinity is a Marvel's Avengers Infinity War game day trailer.
Yeah.
Carry on.
It was good, man. I mean, like,
I mean, it was good. It was good. I mean, it didn't make me any more or less hyped for the movie.
Like I've been pretty saturated with enough.
Yeah. So I was pretty good with that. I was pretty good with that. You know, there was one. What did I drop? Something fell. Maybe not. Dignity. There was one theory that there's a like a 3 slash across Thanos' face, and they said that maybe he got that from Wolverine. What do you think? There's a picture and it has like a gash. It looks like 3 claws, you know, scratch his face. So
I think that'd be pretty cool, but
I don't think so. I mean,
they probably have it in Africa or something.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe it was Black Panther, because you know he has the claws. So
fierce.
Why not? He is fierce. He's, you know, retractable nails and claws. So, you know, we're getting close to Xfinity War. I'm really excited about that. I know you are, Flex. So we're probably gonna do a countdown. So that, you know, I know you guys say all we do is countdown to Star Wars. No, we'll do a countdown to Xfinity War where we look at
watch all the movies.
Well, we're not all the individual movies. We're gonna watch Avengers, Age of Ultron, and Civil War, because Civil War is kind of like an Avengers movie because it all leads up to it. We're gonna watch all 3 again, and then we're gonna do a mini review of them as we count down to Xfinity War. So look forward to Countdown to Infinity War, a Geek Bros special. So, how close is too close? That's what I'm gonna say. The world of Oasis. Now we're talking about Ready Player One's fantastic trailer. Fantastic. That movie, I'm so excited about it. It's between that and Black Panther. I don't know which one I'm more excited about, because it was such a great trailer as opposed to Han Solo. And so how close? Now we're talking about Star Wars VR. Mm-hmm. And you know, virtual reality is becoming the thing now, with putting that little headset on with your phone. How close are we to the world of Oasis?
So in the trailer, you remember when the kids kind of scaling down to the trailer houses and stuff?
Yes.
There's some like heavy set woman with a VR headset on a stripper pole, just kind of.
Yep.
So that actually already exists. I mean, Oculus in Japan has it. There's this game called My 3D Maid.
Really?
Where you put on your Oculus headset and so on, and you see this, like, it's hentai.
Okay.
And the controller is a fleshlight.
Oh.
And, you know, you put your thing in there, and you stroke whatever.
Right, family podcast.
So that's how you play the game. But then you have stuff like the PS4 VR, when you're like playing in the X-Wing stuff. But the closest thing I've seen was what I was talking about today. Well, actually, the hentai thing's pretty close too.
Yeah.
It's a flashlight. You could just buy a Dawn.
Right.
But
I like
it's
that.
crazy.
I like
Japan.
that. I like that.
But apparently in Disney, for $35, you can have a Star Wars VR experience where you go on a mission with Cassian Andor.
Really?
Andor. And the way they were explaining on the Full of Sith podcast is that so you go in, they brief you, you put a suit on, you put the 17-pound backpack on, it has just a battery pack and your gun and everything.
Really?
Yeah, you get like a blaster, and you put your headset on, and then you walk through actual rooms. So let's say it's like a blank room, but in your VR headset,
right?
You see everything you're going to see, and everything in there is actually in the room. So like you can move throughout the room. And they have, for instance, let's say she was talking about one part, she was going towards BB-8 in the game, and in the room there's a BB-8, so you can go up and you can touch BB-8 as you're looking at BB-8.
What?
Yeah, and it's somewhat like it's set up like an escape room, sort of, right?
Okay.
It's different rooms, and you go through different rooms as you play in your headset, right? So it's pretty much.
That's amazing.
Like you're in there.
Can we do this?
Let's do it. It's only $35, bro.
Let's go.
So the whole experience is about 30 to 45 minutes.
That's not bad for $35.
Gameplay is like 15 to 20 minutes, and she says some of your choices can affect how long the game lasts, right?
Wow.
So you're on a mission with, well, Cassian Andor sends you on a mission, and yeah, you put this headset on. It's like you suit up. I think I don't know.
If we fail, does he shoot us?
No. There's no friendly fire. She said her husband tried to shoot himself in the head.
Calm down. Boom. Don't cry. he said her husband tried to shoot himself in the head.
Yeah, he said that when it started, he put the blaster up to his chin and fired, but nothing happened. He was trying to see what happened in the game. But yeah, it's pretty much.
I'm sorry.
It's awesome.
That's good. That's something you would do. You would do something like that. You'd be like, okay, guys, that's it.
But it's just, it sounds crazy because you're pretty much, it's a blank room, but that's not what you're seeing. But you're able to move in real time in that room, and
that's amazing. Yeah. That must be some serious connection.
Oh, yeah.
So with that being said, with VR obviously being the next thing for video games, I'm assuming they're pushing that hard. Since 3D is probably, I guess it's over. They're not gonna do 3D anymore. VR is the thing. how close do you think we are to Oasis, to something that immersive where we're catatonic in a booth or something, and we're playing in a world? It's kind of like a V world in I don't know, in Caprica. I don't know if you ever seen I don't know, Battlestar Galactica's prequel show Caprica. There was a subplot with V world. It's the same thing. You put on your goggles and you're pretty much sitting there, and you are able to go and feel. People had sex rooms, shooting rooms, killing rooms, dance rooms, raves, and you would feel it. And it was actually pretty deep.
I'll tell you this: if it does happen, it's probably very good for the planet because people probably aren't going to reproduce as much, and a lot of people will probably die from
But then you're subscribing to the concept that there is an actual overpopulation situation, and you have to really subscribe to the idea that there's not enough space. How do we know that?
Well, it takes me too long to get to work. One thing.
Yeah. But that's just poor road construction. Because believe it or not, the highways were never built for this kind of traffic.
No,
they were never designed for that.
I'm not saying we're overpopulated. Me personally, I just don't want to be around as much people.
I agree.
Like when I go to the
people
beach,
suck.
like in an island, there's a bunch of
Cubans. Oh my god! Oh, you're talking about that? Oh, that.
Like just imagine if
we didn't
those
even get
dudes
into
were
it.
Just like.
Before we end, we have to get into how our weekend was. We completely missed how our weekend was. Yeah. So that's good. So all right, let's say this: are you concerned with the future getting so close to the way Oasis looks like in Ready Player One?
Concerned as in like for the people or
for people for where it happens, because you do know that technology is addicting. Yeah, well, technology is addicting.
It is.
Could you imagine the way we are addicted to our phones? Could you imagine something fully realized like that? Society would run to a halt.
Let's see. I could say that it probably wouldn't be good for us. But I'd for sure.
Oh, you sure want it? So you want it, but it's not good for us.
It's like cigarettes, man. Like you know they're not good for you, but you still do them, right?
Because you know some of the bull crap that's happened with MMOs and how people have either died or been neglecting it. Like that's the next thing. So we'll see.
Maybe it'll weed out the weak-minded. I mean, like. I'll try, but I don't think I'm the kind of person who would stay in there.
And yeah, exactly. You don't think you're an addictive personality. I don't think so either.
I know what I'm going to use it for, and it takes me about 1 to 3 minutes.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, excellent. Family podcast.
Yep. So I'll be
with that and Oasis, and I just said how society might be drove to a halt with Oasis. Society now, with this resurgence of social justice, especially with feminism and all this gobbledygook, is society's political correctness and sensitivity going to trickle down and affect the future of gaming? What do you think, Darth Flexx?
Yes.
Now, in what way?
I will feel that storylines... It's just that... let's take feminism, for example. I think they're going to... Some games have... Like, when you customize characters, like MMOs and like that, have options to create female characters, great. But I think when you have a great story and now you're like... force-fed to have this like extremely, I guess, one-sided female story.
Right.
I think that would affect the story. I mean, let's see what can.
Well, what about Battlefront 2? That was a female protagonist.
They didn't force it on you. It didn't feel forced at all because you also played as males.
You did, yeah. You did have your moments when you
so like over. For example, I think when I hear a lot about Star Wars fans talk about stuff like that, they always talk about, oh, how cool is it that we have a female character? Should we have more? I'm like, no. How about we just have more Star Wars? I don't need it to be a male or a female. Just give me more Star Wars. I don't think
because there was a push for more females, strong females, and more diversity, absent of the story needs.
Yeah, I mean, if it fits, great.
I think so too. I mean, if it's warranted, it should.
Like, you know who did it very well actually? Lord of the Rings, the movie adaptation. If you read the books, the females play very little part in it.
Right.
The main story is actually very centered on male heroes. Right. Like in the movies, you see a lot from Elwyn, who kills the Witch King of Angmar.
Right.
You see a lot from Erwin. In the books, for the most part, they're just kind of there, sitting back, being,
bringing the beers, right?
But actually, yeah. At one point, but they did a good job introducing them into the movie without pushing them on you.
Exactly.
Like.
It made you care about them. It made you want to see them, and it wasn't intrusive.
It was classy, yeah. It wasn't like, for instance, when the Witch King of Angmar talks to Elwyn, and she's like, "For no man can kill me." She takes her mask off, she's like, "I am no man," and then stabs him. I'm like, all right, that's great. Like, that was beautifully introduced. But when you're trying to push stuff, like I follow this one Star Wars page, and it's just starting to get annoying because it's just women, not women, men too, the whole hashtag Me Too thing where men are trying to, I'm a feminist too kind of thing. But they're just pushing to not change things, but they just want to force a specific thing. And I think that would affect good storytelling, because if it fits, perfect.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't have to be made to fit. It's like trying to fit a block in like a circular hole.
Yes, yes, I totally agree. You're just banging it in there. I totally agree. And so, what do you see this doing to the gaming industry? Like, for me, going back to Battlefront 2, what threw me out of the game was I found myself shooting a lot of female soldiers in the head.
That's exactly what I was telling you guys when I was playing. I was texting.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it was. I'm talking about both stormtroopers and rebels. And I remember saying to myself while I'm on Endor, and I'm shooting a lot of female soldiers in the head. I said, I don't remember there being this many female rebels in the movies. Like, where are all these? Because
or stormtroopers.
Oh, exactly. Like, but what I'm saying is that I mean, it's literally felt like 60% of the troops on the ground were female. And I'm just like, why are there so many? It doesn't feel. It feels. It was bugging the heck out of me. I got over it, but especially on Endor, and I'm doing my scope. That's a woman. That's a woman. That's a woman. Oh, look, I think that's a man right there. That's a woman. What's really going on here?
Or for example, some of the Call of Duty and Battlefield games, they added female infantry and stuff like that. So, like, for instance, like World War II. I think it was, which one was it? I think it was the Call of Duty World War II game. Might have been that one. They added female infantry. Now they're changing history just to please someone who wants females in a story, which I don't know, man.
I get it. I get what you're saying. Is it necessary? You know, is it?
Like, I think one way it's effective. Do you play the Tomb Raider games?
The what?
The Tomb Raider games?
No.
Never. They were pretty good games, and I think just having a demand for female characters, they're just pushing out these games, and it's just losing.
And they're mediocre.
Like, they're just being bad, but only because they just want to push it out quickly for the sake of having female heroes out there.
Because as of right now, the trending thing is social justice, feminism. So you're just tossing it out there because, hey, look, you know, we were cool. We had Laura Craft before feminism was a thing again.
Yeah, it's like that saying, you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the enemy.
Yeah.
Or the villain. Right?
You're right. You're absolutely right.
And that's where it's going. Like, we have these great heroes, these great stories, but now the way they're going is they're becoming the villain. They're just dying.
Right. Right.
And I mean, this is not just females. I mean, like, just anything in general.
Right. No, because of course they're also pushing out diversity, which is good. Mm-hmm. But not when it's not organic. That's the problem. Yeah. It's inorganic, and like you're making, like, all right, like the Fast and the Furious franchise that worked. You know, that's okay. That's a well-rounded group. But then, you know, when you are cherry picking a bunch of like randos, I think that they force-fed diversity into Rogue One, because I just don't know if they really would have gathered that kind of group together like that. It felt like it was forced. Still loved the idea, and after The Last Jedi, Rogue One is the ish, so I'm all about Rogue One now. But when it comes to video games, I mean, I do see it. I do see them toning down maybe the violence. I do see them maybe throwing in a lot more diversity. I do see them throwing a lot more social justice messages and stuff in there. And it's a wait and see kind of thing. You know, I don't know whether it's going to just enhance the games or whether it's going to water them down or detract them. So we're going to be following this topic.
Well,
yeah.
If they do it, you know who does it very, very well as far as the video games is Mass Effect.
Really?
It gives you the choice to be a male. It gives you the choice to be a female. It gives you the choice to be a gay male or a lesbian, whatever.
Really?
Like, in Mass Effect, if you're a man, like, I did it just for the hell of it, but
right.
I romance both female and male as a male. I'm like, oh, okay, just see what happens. But, like, it's not like it's part of the story. It's just, hey, if you want to, you know...
So kind of like the way the Sims are, because the Sims never originally had the ability to... for man-on-man action or woman-on-woman action. They only came with that later, where you can you literally kiss a man or kiss a woman in the games, and they can react accordingly. You can romance the same sex, which is very interesting. Like
in games like that, it should absolutely be an option that you can pursue, but it should not be part of the story that will affect the actual story, whether or not you know, whatever. I agree. We would love to hear what you guys think about any of the topics that we discussed today, especially the trailers. Send us an email at Geek Bros, that's GEEKBR0S at yahoo.com. Give us your topics. Give us your responses. We'd definitely love to read it on air.
final thoughts.
Do you think any of our listeners are Photoshoppers?
Like Photoshoppers? Probably. Put a call out there.
Yeah, because someone could like Photoshop Juan. Can you guys Photoshop Juan on a pork's body?
I could do that.
You can do that?
Yeah, that's easy.
Yeah,
I mean,
kinda cool.
I kind of put my head on a pork. You saw that real quick. It was mediocre, but I can do real quick. We should do that. You know what? We will absolutely love it if one of our lovely listeners can Photoshop Juan's face onto a pork's body, but like convincingly.
No. How about Photoshop Juan's face on that that titty alien that
Oh
Luke
my
was
God!
milking?
Okay.
Do that and then have Luke just.
Okay. I don't know. This is gonna be a contest. I don't know what the rules are besides, but I would love it. I don't even know. You know what? We've got a bunch of different things. There'll be another one of those open source things. We have a whole bunch of Loot Crate stuff there. And we also have a bunch of bobbleheads. Everything. We have a plethora of giveaways. Okay, like we just I already sent out the giveaways to our last Darius Mathis. I said on the way, sir. It's on the way. Your poster request. But now we're gonna do another open one. The best Photoshop of Juan's face onto the green milk titty alien from the Last Jedi. You get to choose 2 prizes out of the random, and we'll send you the same list that we sent to our last winner. You pick 2 of them, and we'll send it right out there to you. Please, okay, you send us an email again, geekbros@yahoo.com. Send us an email saying that you're interested. I will send you personally a bunch of shots of Juan's face, okay, and then you do your best, and may the best man win. I'm really excited about that. You know what? That's gonna be cool. You know what? We might even invite your behind if you're in the area to the studio to present it to us on air. Why not? I like that idea. That's 3 prizes. That's how badly we want this Photoshop video, this Photoshop picture. So, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to check us out on WeBeGeeksPC.com every week. Also, iTunes, Google Play.
Wait.
What?
We didn't talk about the camping.
Stop. Real quick. We didn't get into our what we did over the weekend. So, Flex, tell us about what we did this weekend.
It was Jillian's birthday, so I decided to set up a island camping trip.
I call it random island camping trip thingy.
So we took we took a boat. We took a boat to Pace Picnic Island, which is a pretty small but nice island. During the night,
very
and the
cozy,
morning.
very cozy.
It is very cozy, except when all the.
Well, we're not gonna get to the invasion. Let's stick with the first. So we get to the
it was
invasion.
great. So we set up our tents, made a bonfire, which they grilled some hot dogs and marshmallows.
Listen, I roasted the heck out of these sausages. Okay, so thank you very much.
And then we made a Dakota fire pit to put a grill grate over it, and we actually used that like a grill. And
that was amazing.
Oof,
absolutely,
really good. Pork chops.
Grilled the heck out of the pork chops and some jerk chicken breast. I also assisted with the the spare ribs,
short
ribs,
and then the dog's ribs.
And so I assisted with a little bit of that. It was so much fun, ladies and gentlemen. The vistas.
Ooh, 1 second, hold on. Let me clarify. I don't mean dog ribs. I mean like I made ribs for my dogs. That
yes.
We
His
don't eat dog. We don't eat dog.
No, we don't know. It's family podcast.
Maybe Nevi. I don't know.
Okay, a little bit. Nevi. Yeah, shout out to Nevi. You slanty-eyed. Okay. Anyway, so it was amazing. We had built I called it your mansion tent.
Yeah.
That thing
Keeping up with the Geek Bros.
You know what? That's my fault. I put that in the thing. My bad, guys. That was supposed to be in the area for. See what happens when Juancho's not here? Things go a little crazy. And that's actually our cue telling us to move on because we've already made it past an hour and a half or an hour and 17 minutes. But we set up the big tent. And it was huge. And then I got myself a tent. It was a 3-person tent, which I don't know how 3 people can fit in that thing because I've loved it. I probably could fit maybe 1 person in it with me comfortably, but I loved it. We also had Casey with us. We had Nevi. We had, of course, the birthday girl, Flex, myself. And it was such a good time. You know, I've been talking about it ever since. I'm begging them, let's do it again. It was great. The spot that was picked was fantastic. The skyline, Flex, both in the daytime and the night time. Did you actually take a moment to take it in at night?
I did, especially after that fifth shot of Kraken.
Okay, yeah. All I can say is that as I'm grilling, and I'm grilling again the ish out of this stuff, man. I'm so proud of myself. This thing came out so good. Every 10 minutes or so, Flex would come over and say, "Shots?" I said, "Sure, let's do it." We downed 3/4 of that by ourselves.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we killed the whole bottle. No?
Well, yeah. Well, I'm gonna say the whole bottle because I mean, Casey had one. She took 2 shots. Jillian had one.
That's it.
Nevy had.
Oh no, yeah, Nevy joined us.
Yeah. He did join us. He did not for all of them, but we definitely downed 3/4 of that bottle, and it was fantastic, and it was great. I felt great the next morning. I want to thank you, Darth Flexx, for inviting me because it really, really was a good time. I really enjoyed it. And I hope we do it again. I'm
thinking about what the guy, Captain David, told us.
Yes.
Elliot Key apparently is very nice.
Really?
He says that if we like this will blow our mind. It'll be out of this world.
We've got to try it. I'm ready whenever you are. We rocked it. We really did. We rocked it very well. I mean, we, starting the fire was a little bit rough, but when we finally got it going, we got it going. And the colorful fire.
Oh yeah!
Yo, man, what was that? He just threw that in there, and it was great. I mean, it was such a good time, and I think we grew together as a group. And then, of course, Sunday we woke up bright and early, felt great. Who made breakfast? Was the ladies?
It was me and the ladies.
Yeah. It was the ladies featuring Flex made breakfast. You guys, it was bacon, it was eggs, it was scrambled eggs, and then somehow they made ginger rice. It was delicious. Everything was great up until just after 10 o'clock, and then the invasion began, and words can't describe the torture we had. They were blasting us with music. They invaded our shores. They invaded our beach. They had like a little beachhead, and they're upsetting the dogs. They're upsetting us. I mean, how do you explain that? How do you explain the fact that you had these boats all arriving and they're all blasting their music obnoxiously out loud?
It's weird because it only happens apparently in Miami. Like, not to, I'm gonna say what it is. These Cuban and Puerto Rican kids, they have like no manners, man. They're just like straight off of like islands. It's just rude, man.
It was obnoxious. It was rude. It was unappreciated, and I actually thought we were gonna throw down because at some point this was getting ridiculous. I was looking at these like, what's going on? You're coming, you're blasting your music. You see their tents there. You don't know who's there. You don't know if there's kids there. You don't know if there's pets, and you're blasting your music right next to us. Mm-hmm. It's tantamount. This is how I explain it to people. Imagine you're at your house, and you know that there's your house, there's your driveway, the little sidewalk, and you have a little green patch before the road. Imagine a bunch of cars, a bunch of motorcycles, all posting up right outside your house, blasting music, standing all up in your sidewalk, making noise right outside your house, blocking your driveway, and just sitting there the entire time. That's exactly how rude it was. Okay, they could see that there were people tenting there. There was no boat there, which means that for a fact a boat's coming back to pick them up. At what point do you realize why you all up in their shore? And then what happened? You did ask them to move, and then what happened?
Actually, that guy was super nice. He was like, "Oh, don't worry about it, Poppy. Anything you need, just let us know. We'll move whenever you want."
Oh, okay.
The only reason, I mean, that guy was really nice. It was the other dudes with that big boat.
Yeah.
But the guy with the jet ski was actually super nice.
Oh, okay.
He was like, "Oh, yeah, man, anything, bro. Like, you want to move, let us move. You need help, let me know." I'm like, "Oh, that's cool." The guy picked us up on the other side anyway, so.
Oh, okay. Right.
Yeah, because I guess his boat was too big to fit in there, so.
Oh, okay. That's what she said. So yeah, it was. But other than that, it was a great time, Flex, and I can't wait to do it again.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys, if you guys were following our Snap or you're following the Geek Bros, the Vibe Studios Instagram, Vibe Studios, VIBEREVSTUDIOS, that Instagram, you actually see snapshots of what I took there.
I got some real good pictures.
Listen, on my phone. It was on my phone. Like, I mean, wow. So I got some great pictures of the fire pit. Of the skyline in the daytime, skyline at nighttime, our camp setup, which is actually, we had like a little tent city. I mean, I really oh my god, I can't stop. I kept talking about it. I had so much fun, Flex.
Yeah, it was great. Me too.
It was such a good time, and we just, it started off kind of rough and ended off even rougher. But that
in between,
that's the stuff memories are made of.
Yeah,
that's the stuff memories are. That's the good memories. So. That being said, I hope you made a good memory with this podcast. our first Juancho-less podcast. Hopefully this doesn't happen very often. We miss you, Juancho. But I'd like to thank Darth Flexx for coming in and subbing for us, because if not, we would have literally had another week without this. And, we don't want to do that to you guys. So, I've been Vibe.
Darth Flexx.
Don't forget to check us out on our social media. Is Instagram, that's GEEKBR0S. Twitter, and our Facebook, same thing, GEEKBR0S. Email us about anything. Talk to us, give us topics, respond to our conversation. We'd love to hear what you guys think. Let's have a dialogue, and we'll definitely, if you're saying something that's worthwhile, we'll read it on the air. No reason why not, because we are an all-inclusive podcast. Again, WeBeGeeksPC.com, the first place to listen to our podcast weekly, or as weekly as we possibly can be. That is iTunes, Google Play, and of course, this has been brought to you by Vibe Revelation Studios. Okay, that's VIBEREVSTUDIOS.com. So, do you want to do Juancho sign off, or should I? It's kind of dark.
You do it, man.
Okay, so with that being said,
with the accent.
I don't have the accent. And remember, guys, I love you all. Thanks for tuning in to Keep Up the Geek Bros episode 28 video recap, Juancho list. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's a little different. We did the best we can to capture the spirit of Juancho. Flex, again, thank you so much for sitting in. We really appreciate it.
Anytime.
And you're welcome back anytime as usual. And, maybe we just kill this web series into our own and without Juancho.
Yeah.
I think it's a good idea.
How about two grown men talk?
Two grown men talk. No Juancho.
Keeping up with the Geek Bros.
Alright, ready?
In a world where geeking out never looked so good, two incredibly sexy men will rise for your auditory pleasure.
I made this intro.
Here's your hosts, Juancho and Vibe. Keeping up with the Geek Bros.
Alright, we're doing this.